Welcome, Cancer, to your beginning of the month of October reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Getting into your energy, what you're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you. Message. There it is. Stress, shaky ground, and some stress going on. So I do feel like you are being pulled in all kinds of different directions. You're definitely feeling stressed out. Okay. Clarifying on the Seven of Wands. This card's not only going to clarify on the Seven of Wands, but the entire reading. Truth has you a little stressed out as well. Okay. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the present, the recent, past, and the near future. In the present, we have wisdom, learning, accelerated motion. Remember the truth, right, had you accelerating in this motion. You were learning the truth. It feels like you're still learning the truth over here, and it feels like the more you keep learning the truth about the situation, and it does feel like for some of you, you are being pulled in different directions. Maybe it's through truth. Maybe someone is telling you one thing, and then someone is telling you something else. That could also be stretching your mind, right, in different directions. What is the truth? So take that how it resonates. Everybody's truth is going to be a little bit different of why you're stressed out, why you're on shaky ground, and whether or not you're really being pulled in different directions. With the harmony upside down, there is disharmony within the situation, within this partnership, within this friendship. Or maybe just causing disharmony within yourself, right? But it does feel like there's another person, it could be even two other people involved within this truth. With the accelerated motion, it feels like, you know, I'm over here looking for my chariot to come in. I'm over here, I'm doing things that I'm supposed to be doing. And then, bam, what? You know, it stops. It doesn't allow the chariot to come through, but everything is stopped. It's almost like it's misdirection. It's misdirected. It was almost like the chariot didn't just stop. It was guided elsewhere. It was almost like the truth came in and this push you into a different direction. I keep hearing the word misleading. Did you have someone misleading you? Is that what the truth was? I thought we were going this way. But then when I heard the truth, it misled me to believe something. The Seven of Coins upside down, and we were and could have still continued to plant these until this truth came through. Then it became untrusting. Could have been figuring out that you were conducting business a certain way. If it's success, there's still success, right? So if you're in a career, you're still like making the strong reputations of yourself, right? But then you have this other piece too. Like I said, maybe you're pulled in two different directions. Like you're at work and I'm doing great, but then I have this truth come out about someone else, which is misleading me. It's not reliable. It's almost like it's got you, even maybe at a standstill, from planting the seeds going forward. Wow. With the wisdom over here, it's like you just keep learning more and more and more and more about the situation, about this truth that's coming out. And it's making you wiser about the situation, but it's stressing you out. High on the wisdom. Yeah, there's bad news just keep coming through, the truth. And it's almost like you're hearing the truth, but then yet all this news keeps coming through that's telling you otherwise. It almost feels like with the stressed out and standing on shaky ground, it's almost to the point where it doesn't feel like you know which direction to move in now. Yeah, because it's giving you Ten of Swords. You feel like you're like pinned against the wall within the situation. So you keep learning things, and everything that you keep learning is not good. So it keeps telling you that it's overwhelming, it's chaotic, the things that you're learning. The truth keeps coming through about this situation. Wow, you're trying to keep yourself out of the toxic situation, but it's kind of like awakening your reality kind of over here to what the truth is. And you're having the realizations of what's really going on behind the scenes. And I just keep seeing like behind the scenes because I keep seeing a curtain, like you're standing here, and the more this curtain, of the stage keeps opening, the more you're finding out more truth about the situation. Trying to keep the strength within yourself to keep continuing to go on. But it also feels like the truth is where you thought this person was so strong, you're finding them to be a little weak. So you're trying to take the reins over here and really keep it's almost like everything you're listening to, you're trying to interpret the way it's supposed to be. Like, how is this supposed to be? So having that wisdom, having the intuition, you're saying, I'm taking all these little pieces, but it feels like they're just pieces of a puzzle. I'm going to give you this side of the puzzle, then I'm going to throw you a middle piece, and then you're trying to put it all together with all these little pieces around it, right? So it's almost like breadcrumbs being thrown at you. So in the beginning of the month over here, it just feels like you're being thrown breadcrumbs all over the place, guys. And you're trying to put the pieces together of what this truth is. How am I going to find out what the truth really is? Could be definitely dealing with some kind of fire sign. The Knight of Wands upside down, I mean, you know, it's the accelerated motion of the passion that you had going forward is definitely, not only did it stop in the recent past, but now it's almost like I don't give it to them right now until I can figure out what's going on. So I've delayed the process of figuring, because I'm trying to figure out what's really the truth. And it's because you're listening from one person. You could definitely be listening to this from, you know, what do we got? Capricorn, Taurus, Capricorn. But I think as the more as you're going, it's just causing dismay. I know it's a card of anger, but I don't really even feel the anger. I feel like it's kind of more like a hesitant delay of, I'm going to figure this out first before I even really start putting any real kinds of emotions into it, because the only emotion that I can really feel right now is you wanting to get to the truth. So there's more of a desire of motivation to want to get to the truth about the situation more than there is this anger, right? Now, some of you could say, yeah, there's maybe an underlying anger to the situation, but I feel it's more frustrated during the process of trying to figure this out. But it does allow you to want to charge forward to find out more of the truth. So you have the disharmony over here. And this harmony is saying it's not going the way you want it to in the near future, because there's a little bit of fear-based for the Ace of Cups. And the messages coming through are still bad or not coming in at all. So if you're dealing with this person, you expect that you want this person to support the situation of the way you're doing things, but you don't feel like they're supporting anything because they're not telling you the truth. So if you go looking for the truth from the person who all this stuff is coming through, they're not giving you what you want. The only support that you have is coming from someone else. They're the ones that are intervening within this situation to get down to the truth, because the person who this is about, in this situation this is about, is not going to tell you this truth. It could be an Aries. Now they're kind of hanging out behind the scenes as you're being thrown all these breadcrumbs. I don't see once where they've come to you. Now that doesn't mean that they haven't, right? I'm just saying in this deck here, I haven't seen once where they have come to you to say anything about the situation, to even try to protect themselves. Why aren't they even trying to protect themselves throughout the situation in the near future? The only thing they have is, oh, I'm going to just stop writing then if that's the way you feel. It's almost like to the point where if you're going to sit over here and listen to the Page of Cups over here, then I'm not going to interact. Are they being thrown under the bus? The reason I say that is because I see the car over here. So are they being thrown under the car by this other person? You're going to have to come to the conclusion. Because they don't want to nurture the situation or even work on the situation if you keep listening to this person. So it's going to be, take it how it resonates. Do you know that they're being thrown under the bus by this person? Or are they actually guilty, right? Are they actually guilty of this and being thrown under the bus as well? For some of you, it feels like they're being thrown under the bus by something that happened a long time ago. And this person is trying to make it sound like it was yesterday. When you're looking for your truth and digging deep within that area, look at that. Because if they're actually being held accountable for something they did like 8 years ago, why are they being held accountable for that? Unless it's something super heinous, and you know what I mean? But if it doesn't have anything that really has anything to do with you, then why would this person, it feels like they're being picked on. Just saying, that's the way it feels for the majority of you. For others of you, yeah, they probably did do something wrong and the truth is finally coming out to be revealed. I mean, unless you're married and you're finding out now that they cheated on you, that would be different, right? Yeah, they're being thrown out of the bus for something that they did in the past, and they should be held accountable for that. But if it's definitely within a different relationship and a different time before you guys weren't even together, it could be an ex or something, or an ex-friend or somebody who's throwing them under the bus. I see both scenarios. So make sure that when you're doing that, you're digging deep into the situation to find out, is it really necessary for me to care what you did 8 years ago when I didn't even know you, right? But they're trying to make it sound like it was yesterday. I think that's the problem within the situation, is they're trying to make yesterday into today. Somebody really has very grudgy hold against them. Could be a Libra and Aquarius. Could even be their ex, because I am seeing, oh, well, you know, because you've broken promises to me. Could be an old friend, an ex, something of this nature, ex-friend, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend. When I say ex, it doesn't always have to be lover. It could be just friend itself. I would really watch that, though, for some of you. But everybody has their own story, so. And then for some of you, you already know what the situation is completely. And I think you're going to have to surrender to the idea of whether or not it's worth it, right? Because in the near future, the possible outcome is that they're going to start ignoring you because you're listening to this person. So it's going to be different for everybody. But definitely just continuing to get the truth. But it's almost like the truth is going to hit them. I think that's what's crazy about the truth. The truth is, over here, they don't really know that this person's really throwing a lot of breadcrumbs at them. Not the way. Now, they might know that they're, you know, or some. I don't think they know exactly what, you know what I'm saying? How much there is going out against them. They don't really figure that out till the near future over here. So Spirit says the best thing you can do in this situation is have a heart-to-heart conversation with the person. And for a lot of you, there's going to be forgiveness and learning. And we see that with the wisdom over here. That's for some of you. And what about the other ones? I would say if it's super heinous, though, so yeah, it's going to be over. because this one could be the one is upside down, just like it is here. So this would be that they're hiding too many secrets, they're liars, things of that, and there would be no reconciliation. So it's going to be two different ways, right? For some of you, you're going to have this heart-to-heart conversation, figure out what the hell is going on over here, right? And there could be some forgiveness. For others of you, there's just no reconciling this because you're finding out some really heinous things that are going on that are not fixable, not acceptable, not fixable, right? Okay, guys. And that was it for you. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.